So and making sure that this is set up correctly, you could kind of like go through these channels. You had to turn
back over to here to tone match.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So
then you
this
can
one-
press that CH edit.
Yeah, that's
so you
the channel.
click on that,
CH edit is channel edit.
and then you see that the kick drum should be plugged in right there.
Or the Fender bass, and then you have the Shure Beta. If we want to put another microphone there, we could. And then that one is flat, meaning that's coming from the other one. So basically, you only have 3 channels here.
Okay, so you get that first one for the kick, and then that last one, 4-5, is coming from the other tower.
Yes.
And so you got 2 channels left basically for bass and guitar.
Say, for instance, too, say somebody says, well, we don't have room for another guitar. We have an acoustic guitar here going, and acoustic guitar going over there. Say we just have a guest back.
You got electric guitar, acoustic
then we
guitar,
got-
and you got a bass, right?
Yeah, and then we have this other guy who wants to play electric or whatever. We're out of channels. What do? We have 2 more secret channels. We have one channel that goes straight into the Bose, like that we were going to use for the Bluetooth, but it goes right into that, and it's raw, which is really good. So if somebody like Wade wants to play his electric guitar and everything,
He's already got all his effects on there anyways, right?
exactly, he can go raw, and it just sounds beautiful. Or if you even put a guitar through there, or if you just put a bass through there, it sounds amazing. Same with that other one. So the thing is that when you have it plugged in, it's not going to come through the system. It's only, it has a little volume set there, volume set on the pole. And the good thing about it is that it's just going to come out of this pole. It's not going to come out of the other pole.
Okay, analog input, that's the
Yes,
one.
that's it.
Direct in, okay.
Yep, and that's the direct in. And once you plug just that in there, it's ready to go, ready to flow.
Cool.
And that's a good place to, plug in music or an iPhone or an instrument. So that's what probably I'm going to do. I'm going to probably eliminate this mic.
Okay, so if we press the CH edit here, it says Fender, so that would be a guitar channel.
Yeah.
So we're having guitars plug in there on channel 2, and then if I press this CH edit, this says Shure Beta.
That means that you can put a microphone. We set it for a microphone.
Okay, so this is not set up for a bass.
No. So I'll show you here. Okay. If you look at this one, of course, this one is set up for the kick. This one is set up for a Fender 66P bass.
Is that a bass?
Yeah, it's a bass.
Okay.
Okay, and then this one is set up for a microphone.
Right.
But say, for instance, somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to use it for an acoustic. So what you do is you hit category, okay? And then as you hit the category, you move this dial, and you look for an acoustic category. Let's go to acoustic category. There, acoustic guitars. Select it. Then we have presets. You have a whole list of them. Let's say I want to be playing like a Taylor or a Guild, or the other day, like Nick had a Martin backpack, and then we just hit select. And now it's set for a Martin backpack.
Okay.
Okay, now watch what happens here. Now we went back over to the scenes. We go back to the scenes. There's that asterisk again.
Right, we changed
because we
something.
changed it. But if you want to say, hey, let's just keep it for that, that's
Right.
that's fine.
Let's say like, well, we're normally having a bass and a guitar plug-in over here.
Okay.
So you want to save it like that, right?
You hit save. Then you hit save, and then it'll ask you, do you want to do that? And you say yes, Sunday, and then you hit save. Just save, 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 and then are you sure? Yes. So now you just overrode it.
Great. See, I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
All right. So you can change any channel, but once you change it, then you can say, that's how our scene's going to be. And that's the
Right.
best thing to do, is just to have it set like that, where, okay, Sunday, we're done. That's ready to go.
Right.
No more like check. They know where to plug in.
Right.
And a lot of them know where they're going to plug in. And, and then if they're going to plug in, you go, well, it's better if you plug in here.
Yep.
You have that authority to go ahead and say, plug in here instead. They're fine with it,
Yeah.
No problem. And if
It's usually they're like most of the time people don't know what's going on, so they actually like somebody to say, "Oh, plug in here," and then it's like they know what to do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Make it
'Cause-
simpler for them.
Exactly. And what happens too is that if I've come up in here, I'm going, wow, that sounds weird. And I look, and then they're plugged in, and it has a microphone setting.
Right.
I'm like, no wonder it sounded so nasty. So
So either change it, probably plug them into the other channel, or
And then you
possibly
know.
change
Yeah.
the setting if you need to.
yeah. So you'll just have to say, okay, what team is playing today? Okay, the team has this instrument, that instrument, and then you can go from there. They might not need another mic from here. We only put another mic here because Keela wanted to sing.
Right,
And so-
gotcha.
And he had all these singers, and Keela wanted to sing, so we had a little mic for him.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, they don't, you know. So I'm gonna take that mic off, and we'll change channel 1 into something. I don't know what we'll change it into, but we'll
Oh
just...
no, the kick power's gone.
Yeah, I would just say that we just kind of put the... I don't know what to do it, you know, I mean, listen. I mean,
You could get a like a small bass amp. I think we have a bass amp we're not using.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, I don't know if we want to use it for a kick. Do we need it for a kick? Do we need a kick?
I think it sounds better.
Yeah, it does sound good, you know, but we can do that. But the only thing on the what happens, well, we'll just see how it goes. But on the recording, it was clipping, but now it's not clipping no more. But the problem is you hear the thump, but you don't hear the rest of the drums.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work on putting a camera, like an iPhone camera or something, over the drums, so that way it'll pick up real lightly. Oh, I guess that's it. That's it. Let's just set these up, turn on the system. So let's go reverse. Let's turn everything off.
Okay.
Okay? So when the service is done, I don't have to do it because, of course, the Spanish ministry does it, because they're up here.
But we
So-
might have like a Sunday evening service, something like that.
Exactly. So all I do is, I'll just come on over here, of course, and we will plug this, turn that off. Excuse me. Then we will turn this one off. Okay, and then we could just go ahead and turn off this. It's gonna turn off the projectors, you know, from its connection, most likely. So we turn that off. Then we've turned off all the power. Okay, now,
Yeah, turn off the projectors. We're keeping the projector remotes right here, right next to the Mac.
and, you know, we can leave them, and they'll go there ultimately. So turn two pumps there, 2 pumps, press any button, yes, and then you'll still hear them on
What is it? You have to press the power button twice?
twice, yes. It says, are you
Oh.
sure?
Ah,
So
okay.
what happens now, they're still running because the fans are blowing and cooling off the lens. So
Ah,
they'll run
okay.
for another 5 minutes, but that's okay. So, and then we put that, and then of course to turn this off, you don't have to worry, it's already been saved, and you don't even have to you get it quit proclaim, and then we just go ahead and do a shutdown, and we're good to go, and we go home,
So you click on that little apple in the upper left?
Yes,
And then
app.
shut down?
and it shuts down. Yeah.
Cool.
And so we just put everything back, and of course, we just turn off the lights. We don't have to lock it, and we're done. And the lights are off. It takes us 2 minutes to turn it off and go.
Cool.
Not long at all. We try to make it as automated as possible.
Yeah, it's better to make it simple.
Very simple.
Just press one button and load the scene instead of adjusting every channel every time.
Oh, yeah, we're done. So when you turn those off, it just saves it where it was at, and that's it. And you just go back to the scene, and you're set.
Cool.
We're good.
All right.
Okay.